Hey, what's up everybody? Nate here from Out of the Basement, bringing you a brand new action figure review. Today we are looking at Mudtrooper Han. This is from Star Wars The Black Series, the 6-inch line. Little bit of an old figure, a little bit late to the party on this guy, but it is such a good figure I had to review it so that everyone can know. Even though there's thousands of reviews on YouTube, I'm throwing mine out there. Of course, this is from Solo. He's number 78 in the line right there. There is a bio on the back. If you want to go ahead and pause that and read it, you can do that. Nice picture of Han right there as well. We're not going to waste a whole lot of time on the packaging. It's the same thing we've been getting for years at this point. So let's go ahead. We're going to take a look at the accessories and then the figure itself. Okay, so in terms of removable pieces, Han has definitely a few things with him. First off, we have his goggles that can go over the helmet and can go across his face here. It's a nice soft plastic here with some pretty nice paint detail on it. You can see that nice red splotch right there. A little bit of sloppy gray paint right there. You can see where they definitely missed and got it on the actual strap. But the main part, the eyes, I think look pretty good here. Nice clean silver paint, looks very even. Definitely like the way that turned out. He also has the respirator part of the helmet as well, which again looks pretty good. Nice clean bits of tan paint mixed with this nice little bit of silver there on the actual vents of the mask. And then he has these nice tubes where you'll see how they plug in a little bit. He also has his cape here, which again has some really nice paint details on it. Love this little bit of white sort of dry brushing on the edge of the cape here, along with where the hood is. And I really do like the sculpted details on this cape. It looks really nice. I love the little holes in there. Not, of course, nothing on the inside because you're not going to be seeing that at all, but on the outside, really like the way this turned out. Of course, he also has his helmet here, which you can see is just pretty much gray plastic. Has a little bit of paint on the top there, which I think does look pretty nice. Adds a nice little bit of dimension. And as I was saying, you saw him in the box. He comes like this when you get him, but spoiler alert, I already took him out of the package and I just could not get him to go back in the package with the goggles on the helmet. So I had to take him off and put him in the box. But yeah, pretty standard helmet. I think it looks really good. And then my favorite accessory is definitely this blaster right here. Love this style of the handle. Looks really nice, and this piece actually pops off, although I'm not entirely sure, and I just dropped it. Not entirely sure what purpose it serves, but you can see there that it does have really nice paint details on it. Again, Hasbro being fucking hit or miss with whether they want to paint their weapons or not. I guess it can slide back. There's like a little bit of a track here, so you can slide it into a different position if you'd like, put it closer to the barrel or further back. And the gun also does have some detail on it as well. You can see like towards the stock part, definitely has a little bit of dry brushing. Just very, very minor paint throughout the gun, but it still adds that little extra bit of dimension. And I really appreciate when Hasbro takes the time to paint the dang guns. So let's take a look at Han. Okay, and here is Han out of the packaging, and I absolutely love the look of this figure. With the helmet on, with the helmet off. So many different options with the figure itself. I think that the photo reel is really, really spot on for this figure. So let's take a close look at the details here. You can see that this definitely represents young Han Solo. The actor's name is escaping me at the moment, but I think it really does look like him. And let's remember, folks, these are $20 figures. These are not SH Figuarts. A lot of people forget that when they start complaining about the photo reel. I know not every figure looks as good. Like Padme didn't really look like Natalie Portman, but this figure right here looks awesome. Definitely enjoy the face printing on the figure. He has some nice dry brushing in his hair too. You can see a little bit of lighter brown mixed in with the dark brown. Looks really good. Makes me not want to display him with the helmet on because you're missing out on all this great detail on the figure. Of course, the back of the figure is pretty much not painted like the this piece right here on the back of his armor, but on the front here you do have some nice details, some scuffs, some dirt, because obviously he's on Mimban, and it's a little muddy there. I don't know if you knew that. Has this nice little red paint app on the armor right here with these 3 little yellow lines. I think that looks really good. Nice and like faded look. Of course, the sculpted detail on the underneath part below the armor is also really nice. Love all the wrinkles. And moving down to the boots right here, you can see also that that the sculpted work is really awesome. This piece kind of doesn't line up, but the nice dry brushing on the gray piece just, again, adds that little bit of extra dimension. Thank you, Hasbro. I don't know why you guys went so hard for this figure in particular, but you did it, and I appreciate it. So to just put all of that stuff back on, you can see here, let me take that off. The helmet fits right back on, no questions asked. You could throw the goggles on as well. The respirator piece fits right over the face. Just like that. You could throw the goggles down. And then on the back here are where the tubes plug in. So you can plug that in right there. Plug that in right there. Then go ahead, and the cape could probably work a little bit better. It's supposed to kind of clasp right there, but it doesn't really work for me because of the molded plastic. It definitely gets on this side, but this side kind of sits loose. But you know, you pull them back a few inches and you don't even really notice that. Probably some hot water would help with that, but I'm not really too worried about it. Like I always say, my Star Wars figures are displayed somewhere where, oh my God, that joint is tight. Where I don't really look at them up close. So after the review, I'm gonna forget that it even happened. Put the gun in his hand. All right, and check that out. Love the way this figure turned out. Absolutely dig it. Say what you will about the movie. I personally enjoy it for what it is. But I love the design of the Mimban Stormtrooper. Love the design of the regular Mimban Trooper as well. So this figure is really a 2-for-1 special. You can have him be Han Solo. Or if you don't like the movie and you don't like young Han Solo, then you can just have him like a normal Mudtrooper and you'll never know the difference. So this figure counts. It's a double figure. You can army build this bad boy, and you can have Han, and I'm sure you can pop the head off and pop the other heads for the crew, like Woody Harrelson's character, people like that I believe do wear the armor. It's been a minute since I watched Solo, but I'm sure you can pop that head right off. So let's go ahead. We're gonna take all this stuff off and then look at the articulation. All right, we're back to stripped down Han here, and you can see his head is on a ball joint, so you get some side to side. He can look down a decent amount and can look up not very much at all. And of course, with the helmet on, it's gonna be a little less. His shoulders do go out just fine, and they rotate all the way around. Single jointed elbows that are that nice deep cut there that gives you a little bit more than 90 there. Of course, hand is on a swivel, and the hinge on the trigger hand is actually a vertical hinge, although you can't really get it to do much with the cuff of the clothing design. It really kind of gets in the way. And then on this hand, the hinge joint is actually the other way. So good on you, Hasbro, for actually putting proper hinges on the trigger finger and the actual finger that holds the gun itself. He does have a nice diaphragm joint here that gives you plenty of rotation. We'll put him down right here so you can see the ab crunch. He can go forward a decent amount, and he does definitely go back a decent amount as well. And of course, you get the side to side like I showed. The legs can kick out okay. Of course, the skirt piece right here definitely blocks it, but it is a nice soft plastic. Legs move out pretty far as well. Double jointed knees work exactly how you would like them to. I almost thought this was a thigh cut right here, but it's just a little bit of a rough spot on the figure itself. The feet definitely move down really far. You can see it's got a nice, very nice ankle joint, and of course, glorious ankle pivot. So let's go ahead. We're going to put him side to side with some other figures from the Black Series, Marvel Legends, all those goodies. Here he is next to Captain Phasma, the Pimp Daddy Trooper, the Mimban Stormtrooper, Mace Windu, check out that review. The Disney Store exclusive battle damaged Stormtrooper. The Mafex First Order Stormtrooper. And finally, Pizza Spider-Man. So overall, I really like this figure. I think Hasbro knocked it out of the park. For whatever reason, they wanted to put a tremendous amount of effort into the Mudtrooper Han, and I am absolutely okay with that. My only dilemma is I can't figure out which pose I would like to keep him in. Do I put the helmet on? Do I put everything on? Do I leave him like this? I really don't know. I need your guys' help. Let me know how you have Mudtrooper Han posed in your display in the comments down below of this video. Of course, if you enjoyed my review, don't forget to leave a like on the video. Subscribe if you are new. We've got White Ranger coming up. We've got Target exclusive Luke, Trash Compactor Luke coming up. And we also have Friday the 13th, 2009 Jason Voorhees coming up. Tons of figures have just dropped on me in the span of about a week. It's crazy. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I'm Nate from Out of the Basement, and I will see you next time.